Hello and welcome. In today's class, we'll see how we can write a Java program to convert a given integer into its Roman equivalent. So we'll be working within the range of 1 to 3999. So any number you provide between this range, the program should work fine. So let's start with the import statement. We import the scanner class. We create our class convert to Roman. And we include the main function. We create the scanner object. And we ask the user to enter the integer. So int num equals integer.parseInt in.next line. Now we need to check whether the number is in the valid range or not. So if num is greater than 3999 or num is less than 1, because we cannot even represent 0. There is no digit in Roman for 0. That's why we will print over here a number out of range. And for simplicity of the program, we are limiting the number to 3999. That means from 4000 onwards, our program won't work. And we return from name, means we exit the program. Otherwise, we take a string variable Roman, and let's assume that we have a function called toRoman that converts a given integer into its Roman equivalent. So we provide the number here, and it should return the Roman equivalent, and this string variable receives that value, and then we print it. So I can now print Roman equivalent is Roman. Now let's create this function. So public static, it is going to return a string, so return type is string toRoman, and int num. Now here what we'll do, we'll create an array with values 1000, 900, 500, 400, 100, 90, 50, 40, 10, 9, 5, 4, and 1. So these are the main numbers that we are going to consider now, and we'll store their values. So let's name this array as values, and each of these values have a symbol. So we will store the symbols also. So we will write string symbols equals. Now for 1000 we have M. For 900 it is CM. For 500 it is D. For 400 it will be CD, because C means 100. Then for 100 we have C. For 90 it will be XC. Then for 50 we have L. For 40 it will be XL. Then for 10 we have x, for 9 we have ix, for 5 we have v, then for 4 we have iv, and then we have I for 1. So these are the different symbols. Now we will create a string variable Roman equals new string. So it's an empty string, and we will run a loop from the beginning of the array till the end. So values less than values dot length I plus plus. So this condition has to be there, that I should be less than the length of the array. Also, num should be greater than 0. So as long as num is greater than 0, we keep repeating this process. So while the number is greater than or equal to the current value, means the ith value, as long as num is greater than the current value or equal to the current value, we subtract that value from the number, and that symbol, the symbol of that current value, has to be concatenated to the Roman string. So ith symbol is being concatenated also at the same time. So let's assume that we have a number, let's say 645. So 1000 is greater. So we are not going to consider 1000 because 645 is smaller here. 1000 is greater, 900 is greater. But when we come to 500, 500 is smaller than 645. So it stops here. Now in place of 500, what symbol we can use? We can use D. So D will be used for 500. And at the same time, 500 will be subtracted from 645. So now we will be left with 145. Now we move ahead, and again 400 is greater than 145, and then so 500 itself is also greater now than 145. 400 is also greater than 145, and then when we reach 100, once again 100 is smaller than 145. So we take the symbol for 100, which is C, and we subtract also 100 from 145. So now we are left with 45. Now 100 is greater than 45, so we move to 90. 90 is also greater than 45, so we move to 50. 50 is also greater than 45, so we move to 40. Now 40 is smaller than 45, so we take XL, and 40 is subtracted also. So now we are left with 5. Now 5 is smaller than 40, or 40 is greater, so we move to 10. 10 is also greater, so we move to 9. 9 is greater, so we move to 5. And then finally we have found 5, which is equal to the given number. So 5, in place of 5, we take V, and that's how we form the Roman equivalent. So once the loop ends, we return the Roman value. So let's save and check our program. So 645, and you can see how it has taken D for 500, C for 100, XL for 40, and V for 5. Let's take another example. Let's say 13. And if you give a number outside the range of 1 to 3999, let's say if you give 4000, then it will display number out of range. So I hope you have understood how to write a Java program to convert a given integer into its Roman equivalent. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.